over here at the Boston Garden. The Boston Celtics have won the World Championship for the 15th time. And it is bedlam, absolute bedlam down here on the floor of the Boston Garden. There are people standing on the baskets. There are people milling around. They are delirious with joy, and I'm sure that there's delirium down in the Celtic dressing room.
Larry Bird, congratulations, big guy.
Thanks a lot, Glenn. It's been a tough year, but we finally pulled through. We had a great play out of everybody tonight, and finally got the job done.
You told me last year at the end of the year when we talked, when it was all over, you were swept by Milwaukee in 4 straight. You said, I'm going to go work hard in the summer. I'll be back. I'm going to get it next year. You got it.
That's right, Glenn. We came back. We played hard, and we put it together. Casey helped us out, and coached us all the way to victory.
Let's get over here and talk to Quinn Buckner. Quinn? Yeah! You have come full circle. Last year, you come in here, they lose 4 in a row. You're embarrassed by your old ball club. You come back. This year, you're able to tuck one back to your old ball club. You take them in 5 ball games, nearly take them in a sweep, and now you win the World Championship.
Winning the World Championship is the most important thing. It was like Celtic pride. We're going to get it. We were not to be denied.
May 2nd, 1983. Celtics swept by Milwaukee in 4 straight.
Now 1 second left, and Ainge shoots and hits. And Holland said no basket. So that's the story. All right. For us, a disappointing end to this series. The Boston Celtics have finished their season.
May 24th, 1983. Celtics owner Harry Mangorian puts club up for sale. May 27th, 1983. Bill Fitch resigns as head coach of the Celtics. June 7th, 1983. Casey Jones named as the 9th coach in Celtics history.
I never envisioned that I would become the coach of the Celtics. And although I thought about it, it would be something I'd like to do.
June 27th, 1983. Celtics acquired Dennis Johnson from the Phoenix Suns.
There's a question always why they make a deal. I mean, I don't think it really should be questioned in my mind no more. It's done, it's over with, and I'm sure I won't go back.
July 21st, 1983. Celtics re-signed Kevin McHale to a multi-year contract.
I think that it got dragged out way too long. People in Boston did not need to suffer through that. Unfortunately, they had to, and it's my fault that they did. If I do it all over again, I would not drag it out half as long.
August 9th, 1983. Mangorian sells the Celtics to a group headed by businessman Don Gaston.
I think that we would want to consult with Red in the major decisions that are made, but I don't think you'll see much change, if any, in the way that it's been run up to now and the way it will be run in the future.
September 28th, 1983. Larry Bird signs the most lucrative contract in Celtics history.
I'm happy with my contract. I was happy with my last contract, but they always told me my day will come, and it did. I'm very happy for myself, and hopefully I can just go out and prove to people that I'm worth every penny of it.
The road to the 15th championship in the glorious history of the Boston Celtics truly began on a May night in Milwaukee. For the first time, this proud franchise had been swept from the NBA playoffs. This time, there would be no showdown with the Sixers. This time, there would be no dream matchup with the Lakers. This time, there would only be humiliation, chance of sweep, and visions of brooms. Yet there was one beacon. In the aftermath of Milwaukee's march through the seas, there was Larry Bird, a solitary figure in a lonely locker room.
We got to remember this, and we got to come out and say, hey, we got embarrassed by this club. Our season wasn't fulfilled because we did not play Philadelphia. My dream every year is get into it with Philadelphia, fight them, do whatever you have to do, and the best team will win. Then when we get beat by Milwaukee 4 games straight, it's embarrassing not only to us but our fans and the city. There's no doubt about it.
But the playoff sweep uncovered a wealth of problems. The owner, tired of his routine lease troubles, decided to sell. The coach felt his welcome worn after 3 60-plus win seasons and a championship. A player key to the squad was about to become a free agent. In reality, The Boston Celtics, world champions just 2 years before, were a team on the verge of disarray.
But tradition and pride and 14 world championship flags do not reside on Causeway Street because of coincidence. Clearly, there was yet another challenge for Red Auerbach, and this was not the year to rest on laurels. The first order of business was to replace Bill Fitch. Auerbach once again turned inward to tap a member of the Celtics family. The ninth coach in Celtics history would be Casey Jones.
Red dropped his bomb on me in Chicago. Said, Case, are you interested in this job? And I said, I'm interested. And then he got on with a cigar and one of these, and we were done. Then I'm on the plane coming back to Boston from Chicago. And I read, I'm the new head coach. So right away, I don't know where I am. So it was a trauma, and so I had to take a few days here to try to get myself together again. Came in and talked with Red, and we talked a couple times, and the second time I came in was when it happened.
There was speculation that Red would once again go outside the family. Bobby Knight, perhaps Jack McKinney, but Auerbach realized that it was the pressure of being the Celtics coach that finally undid Bill Fitch. He could never quite understand the mystique, and the expectations were always too high for someone outside the family. KC is family, the Garden his home, and Auerbach's choice was perfect. Robert Parrish seconded the nod.
Peace of mind, a very relaxed atmosphere, and we need that. That's having KC as the head coach is going to be very positive for this ball club.
Bill Fitch's approach gave the team the needed discipline to vie for the championship. But this veteran team was now ready for a change. Emil Carr believed from the start that the soft-spoken KC would get better results.
The key word will be respect. He'll give respect to the players, but in turn he'll demand respect as a head coach here, and that's good.
And it was Kevin McHale who echoed the team's consensus.
I think he's a more personable guy. There'll probably be a lot more coach-player communication, and hopefully we'll win another championship. You know, I love to win one for Case. I think that's everybody's goal.
Step 2 involved the personnel. When Dennis Johnson became available, Rick Roby became expendable. On to step 3. Kevin McHale, the Celtics' unmatchable sixth man, had become a free agent. Auerbach, assisted by Jan Volk, devised a strategy to keep McHale wearing and spending Celtics green. Step 4 saw Larry Bird become a Boston Celtic for life.
The new ownership trio of Don Gaston, Alan Cohn, and Paul Dupuis had given Auerbach a free hand as promised. The Boston Celtics, critically listed in May, had been nursed back to health. But Murphy's Law should never be underestimated. As reports of euphoria flowed from the preseason camp, Robert Parrish walked out, dissatisfied with his contract. The Chief was back in uniform 1 week later, content with his compensation. And for Celtics fans, a big sigh of relief.
If there were any doubts about the heart of the 83-84 edition of the Boston Celtics, they were erased early.
So early, in fact, that the season had yet to begin. The date, October 16th. The place, the Boston Garden. The occasion, a preseason game that became theatrical. Boston's own West Side Story. The Sharks and the Jets.
A rebound taken away by Maxwell, and Malone fouled him. And Malone hits up, and there it is. They're in a free-for-all, a brawl down on the floor. Maxwell was really mauled by Malone. Maxwell threw the ball at Malone. Malone put Maxwell down. There's a real free-for-all going. And I don't know what the officials are going to say this early in the ball game. And now Emil Carr comes over to Malone and tells him off. Bird tells him off. An unnecessarily rough play by Malone, and Maxwell objected.
We were having such a good time, baby. Oh, yes, we were.
Now Ivoroni and Bird. There they go. Ivoroni and Bird are mixing it up. As Ivoroni put one on Bird, and Bird came right back at him. Now Malone warns Bird, and Bird says, come on, let's go. Let's do it. Bird is talking to Malone, but Bird wants Malone. He wants him badly right now, and everybody is over there in front of Bird to keep him away.
So mad about it. You have to get so mad. Why don't you get so mad about it? Why don't you get so mad about it? Why don't you get so mad about it? Mad about it.
And now Red's out of the court. Red Auerbach is now out of the court, and he's screaming at Billy Cunningham. Here goes Red. He's out in the middle of the court. He wants to talk to the officials, and Billy Cunningham grabs Red. And Red swings his elbow back at Billy Cunningham.
And now McHale goes over there and says, don't touch him again.
This is unbelievable. Red is screaming at the official right now. Red Auerbach coming down from his seat out of the center court to scream right at Billy Cunningham.
About it. Do you have to get so mad? Why don't you get so mad about it? Why don't you get so mad about it? Why don't you get so mad about it?
Boston had sent an early warning to the Sixers, and the rallying cry for the 83-84 season was born. We will not be denied.
The 83-84 season opened rather inauspiciously for the Celtics. A 6-2 preseason record, a relatively turmoil-free camp, and a new attitude boarded the plane for Detroit. But sloppiness down the stretch evoked memories of last season as the Pistons chugged to a 127-121 win. But 10 games into the season, the Celtics were 9-1. And the backcourt of Dennis Johnson and Gerald Henderson had given Boston more consistency. If the defense of DJ was a given, the hot three-point shooting of Henderson was not.
And now DJ steals the pass. DJ anticipated the cross-court pass and stole it. But Henderson takes the shot instead and hits it. It's a three-point field goal for Gerald Henderson. From the corners, he's become a real accurate three-pointer.
He's hit his last three in a row. And on those off nights, KC was quick to utilize his deep guard core. Danny Ainge.
All right, Wedman puts the ball into Ainge. Ainge from the corner is hits. It's a three-point field goal for Danny Ainge.
Quinn Buckner.
The rebound fought for, slapped back out, and stolen away by Buckner. He's got a 3-on-1. Lays it over to DJ, who lays it in.
ML Carr.
Carr holding it. Now to Bird. Now back to Carr. Give it go. He stops it.
And Carlos Clark, the rookie from Mississippi, showed flashes of potential in his limited playing time.
Underneath now Clark. Faking. Turns. Shoots. He's got it.
But the Celtics have been successful in the 80s because of a front line that's the envy of the league. Scott Wedman displayed that classic jump shot that made him an all-star in Kansas City.
Now in the corner it goes to Wedman. Swish. You give him a little too much daylight and goodbye. It goes into Maxwell. Now to Wedman in the corner. Bang! 7 for 7. Oh! What a scorching night he's having.
Cedric Maxwell, the Celtic chameleon. An offensive force one night, the supreme defender the next.
The rebound is grabbed by Maxwell. He lays it back up. It's blocked. He gets it back. It's blocked again. And he gets it back again. He stole it. And quickly goes to Parrish, who hits. What a great hustle effort by Maxwell. He took 3 rebounds and then stole the 4th one.
Kevin McHale proved he was worth his free agent price tag.
All right, in the corner it goes to Carr. Now quickly over to McHale. McHale's pumpkin is good. How deep it goes to McHale. McHale spins in. The hook is gone. McHale is on fire. Absolutely on fire.
In the middle, Greg Kite, the rookie from BYU, backed up Robert Parrish.
McHale's shot is no good, and Kite rams it home. Kite went flying in there and rammed it home. Boy, that was a pretty play by the Rook.
And the Chief continued arcing those rainbow jumpers with the expertise of a craftsman.
Down court it goes quickly over to Parrish. Parrish is low. Parrish fakes the rainbow swish. All right, Bird is up top. Bird goes on the right sideline, gets it over to Parrish, who steps back out, and then goes up over his man. Bang!
And the key to the Celtics front court? The marvelous Larry Bird, whose court presence and intensity defies description.
Maxwell goes up top now to Parrish. They get it to Bird. Bird fakes. Bird wheels in. Bird drives and lays it in.
There's the man.
The annual regular season battle for supremacy between the Sixers and the Celtics seesawed through the first 2 months of the season. But the start of '84 signaled a new beginning. The talk was of goals, team-oriented goals. Casey Jones.
One of the players mentioned to me that they were trying to get me to be the coach of the All-Star team, and I said, I don't mind at all, because the players have mentioned it, and they've made the effort in that direction.
Casey would take 3 of his Sunshine Band to Denver for the All-Star game. Bird, McHale, and Parrish, 3 Celtics, content with new compensation packages, proved to be thoroughbreds in a very expensive stable.
I think that gives me more motivation to do more things. I think that gives me a motivation to try to prove that you're worth every penny of it. And I think the way you prove that is help the team win ball games in any little way, whether it be with a block shot or a rebound or a key defensive play or a tip-in or a shot or whatever. I think that you've got to define in your own mind what you do best and try to do that best for the Boston Celtics. And that's why they pay you money to do what you do best.
I am taking care of business. Woman, get to see.
Kevin goes off a pick by Bird and takes it to the right. He's got Reed on him now. Kevin slips by Reed and lays it in. Oh, what a play by Kevin McHale. The rebound by McHale. A fall-away jump is good. McHale sliding into the lane, loses Hayes and hits the pumpkin. Boy, did he ever lose Hayes on that play.
I got a word to do. I got a word, baby. I got work to do. I got a job, baby. I got work to do. I got a word to do. I got work to do. I got work to do. I got work to do.
I was very happy with my last contract. Probably more so because I went from zero to having some money, and from having some money for some more money now. But there's no doubt I'm elated about it. But it's just a great feeling. But you still got to go out and produce. Just because I got the big contract now, I'm not going to lay around and say, okay, guys, you pick up the slack.
I got a word to do. I got a job, baby.
Bird holding the ball. Bird looking out at McHale as the defense got lost. McHale was wide open underneath, and Bird found him. Up top it goes now to Parrish, and he goes right past Dawkins, and he blows in that lane and lays it up and in. Bird sets up in the pivot and takes it, and whirls and fires from the baseline. It's good. Bird is set up in the pivot. He takes the pass. He faces the basket, goes to Parrish on the cut. Parrish lays it in.
Perfect pass.
From Larry Bird. Now Bird steals the ball. On the pass, it goes to Maxwell, left baseline. DJ Bang.
I'm glad to be back. I'm happy to be back. I worked all summer to become a Boston Celtic, and I finally achieved that last July, and now I'm ready to play basketball.
The rebound goes to McHale. McHale on the left now to Wedman. Wedman has daylight, misses the shot. McHale has the rebound. Bang.
I got work to do. I got a job, baby. I got work to do. I got work, baby. I got work to do. I got a job, baby. I got work to do. I got work, baby. I got work to do.
That Celtic work ethic was paying dividends. An 11-1 month of January set the stage for the annual West Coast Swing, and it was another revival of the Larry Bird Show. The Birdman continued his brilliance, copping NBA Player of the Week honors with averages of 27 points, 13 assists, and 13 rebounds. But it was DJ who was the king of the court in San Diego.
Nixon has got them out front.
Unbelievable!
DJ threw one up underhanded like a softball pitcher. He threw it up 80 feet away, and it went in.
Unbelievable. He just threw it up with one hand, underhand, 80 feet. And he hit it.
I want to tell you something. He looked like a softball pitcher that time. He threw it up about 80 feet. It went in. It's a 3-point field goal. And that ends the quarter.
And Robert Parrish joined an exclusive point club as the team readied for the stretch drive.
The shot by Bird is no good. The rebound by Parrish. He up fakes, puts it up. It's no good. He gets it back and lays it in.
Here it is, 10,000 career points for Robert Parrish with that basket.
I think it's very significant in the fact that I think it's a milestone in my career to reach 10,000 points. And I think it's a great achievement.
That win against the Suns was also the 2000th in Celtics history. Pure testimony to the winning tradition and the pride. 6 days later, Casey Jones would notch his own bit of history, his 200th win as an NBA coach.
As April approached, the regular season goals were accomplished. Atlantic Division champions. The league's best overall record. Another 60-win season. 62-20 to be precise. So as the Celtics prepared for the playoffs, the attention turned to the broad shoulders of one Larry Joe Bird. He has become the torchbearer to a tradition of excellence, passed on not from Zeus or Apollo, but basketball gods named Russell and Cousy. The Celtics had won the marathon of the regular season, and it was Larry Bird in the Hercules role, scoring the key hoop, grabbing the clutch rebound. And when NBA coaches such as Jim Lynam of San Diego scouted the Celtics, they found their vocabulary quite insufficient.
He's incredible. Jack Ramsey always says every time you see Bird, he shows you something you hadn't seen before. He's just an incredible player. He has that intangible quality that somehow he makes the players with whom he's playing that much better. He's so unselfish. He sees things that just normal players don't see. Some of his passes, as a coach, you're sitting here watching. You don't see the possibility until he's delivered the ball. I mean, it's just truly, he's an incredible player.
Quickly on the left, it goes over to McHale. McHale holding the ball. McHale looking. Now up top, it goes over to Bird. Bird on the right. Now quickly it goes over to Henderson. Now to Parrish. Parrish double team. Back over to Bird it goes. Bird tries the three-pointer. It gets it. Big basket right there. A three-point field goal by Larry Bird makes it 99-95. Oh, he's incredible. On the right, it goes to Bird. 8 seconds left. Now in the pivot over to DJ. Now back over to Bird. Gets Chambers up in the air and embarrasses him.
Yes, he did. Well, what an upfake.
107.95 to score. A minute and 24 seconds left to play. Now the steal by Bird as it was intended for Chambers, and Chambers is complaining. Now it's Ainge on the right. Takes the shot and misses it. A minute and 13 seconds left. On the right, it goes to Freddie Brown. Now quickly over to Chambers. Chambers turns. Chambers fakes. Chambers shoots. And Chambers gets an offensive foul.
Oh, Larry's killing him. I mean, Larry has killed him in 3 plays in a row. 2 at the defensive end, 1 at the offensive end.
He was made to play the part. He's no ordinary man. He was made to break your heart. He's the automatic man. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He's the automatic man.
Bird steps back, fires, hits. Oh. A thing of beauty. He just went out. He was completely falling away.
You can't fault Shelton. Shelton's doing a terrific job on him, and Bird is still hot.
Bird goes in for a scoop shot backward, and it's good. Now quickly it goes over to Bird, falling away. Bang! He's conducting a clinic tonight. I mean, a real clinic. Up top to Buckner. He's swinging around a Bird. Bird fires. Bang! Oh, my. Bird is absolutely on fire.
He's the greatest in the game. He plays as a real professional. He plays injured. He's a great rebounder, great passer, great shooter. He's just a super player. And as far as I'm concerned, there are no negatives. And when you deal with a person of Larry Bird's character and ability, you've got to be positive and say, Larry, you are everything.
He's the automatic man. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He's the automatic man. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He's the automatic man. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
As satisfying as the regular season was, the Boston Celtics had their sights set on even higher goals as the second season began. The prospect of beginning that second season with the Washington Bullets is not something to relish. These Bullets are misnamed, do not possess speed, don't even walk quickly. They do play a physical brand of basketball keyed by Jeff Rulin and Ricky Mahorn. and the Bullets would present no surprises to Boston in this series.
Johnson bringing the ball around to the left, guarded by Henderson. Sobers and DJ are really in a physical confrontation, and there goes Sobers' fourth personal foul. Oh, the guard play has resulted in a lot of physical action, a lot of fouls, both sides. Now Rowland has it, and Rowland eats it. Rowland gets it again, and Rowland can't do anything with it. Now he tried to take a desperate shot on a rebound effort, and Boston takes the ball away with Parrish rebounding. And Henderson takes the shot with 1 second left. Parrish gets the rebound, and Parrish gets knocked down. I mean, he really got almost destroyed. A loose ball foul on Jeff Rowland. All right, DJ goes to foul line left and then shifts gears and barrels in and lays it up and in.
Pretty move.
He just hesitated a moment. He caught everybody napping and he just put the smoke on. Gets it over to Larry. Larry turns. Larry fires. Larry hits. It's 56-45.
Got to be frustrating for Ballard. He's done a super job on Larry Bird so far in this ball game, but Larry's just hitting everything now.
Larry Bird tallied 23 as Boston waltzed to a 91-83 victory in Game 1 of the best-of-5 series. Game 2 proved why the Bullets can be slow poison. The Celts rallied from an ice-cold first quarter to take a 2-point halftime lead, but the Bullets stuck to their game plan. Riding the terrific outside shooting of Greg Ballard, the Bullets kept the Celts in a half-court game, and the Garden crowd held its collective breath. The Celts left the Garden with an uncomfortable 88-85 win as Bird once again had 23, while Henderson chipped in with 21.
The series shifted to the Capitol Center for Game 3. While the Celtics hunted for the kill, the Bullets strived to survive. The Celtics trailed by 15 with 10 minutes left, but Bird, Carr, and DJ sparked a furious 30-15 run that tied the score at 98 at the end of regulation.
Oh, they're trying to scratch their way back in. 8 minutes and 13 seconds left to play here in the ball game. Aaron quickly up top to Rowland, and Carr steals the ball. A cross-court pass intended for Sobers, and Carr gets nailed by Sobers right into the cameras. Carr steals the ball. Intended for Sobers and lays it in and got fouled.
Great.
And now he goes right back. He walks right at Sobers and applauds. The rebound is fought for and is a loose ball foul being called on Lord Fauntleroy, Ricky Mahorn.
All right, this is a big, big couple at the line right now. Celtics need it to tie.
And Kevin Reddy. And he shoots, and it goes high in the air off the rim and drops through, and McHale shakes his head as if to say, whoop, I had horseshoes on that. 96-95 to score. All right, Kevin Reddy. Dip, shoot, swish, and it's all tied up.
In the overtime, the Bullets went to the beef. Rowland had 33 in all, but it was Ricky Mahorn's jumper that extended the Celtics' visit in Landover. A Bullet OT win, and on to game number 4. The Celtics were determined to exterminate the Bullets without coming back to Boston for that final game number 5. But early in the second quarter, their hopes received a major setback.
Now goes quickly into McHale. McHale, the pumpkin shot is high in the air. It's no good. The rebound by Bird. He goes down to the floor, and they're all over him. They're all over him.
He's hurt. He has hurt that ankle. He is lying down right now on the court, and he is in pain.
When Bird hit the Capitol Center floor, the Chief took control, powering the Celts to an 11-point halftime lead.
Now quickly, it goes to DJ. Underneath now to Robert. Robert has the inside, lays it in.
Oh, I can't believe they didn't call a foul either. Great little dipsy-do move by Parrish.
McHale shoots. McHale misses. Robert has the rebound. Robert takes it in strong and stuffs it.
Oh, man, is he playing some kind of basketball game tonight.
Bird looking, quickly goes into Robert. Robert hooks it in. And Robert, as you said, has come to life. Robert is taking things into his own hands now.
The lead stretched to 16 in the third quarter before a furious Bullet rally in the fourth made the final score Boston 99 and Washington 95. And it was on to the Eastern Conference semifinals, pitting the old guard of the NBA, the Celtics and the New York Knickerbockers. For the first time in a decade, these two cities would once again generate a rivalry. But this time it wasn't Havlicek versus the Busher or Reed versus Cowens, but rather Bird versus King. The two most hallowed halls of basketball would be the stage.
The first two games of this series would establish a strange pattern. Boston toyed with the Knicks press. Boston ran at will. Boston dominated the boards, and Boston stole the crown from Bernard King. Both Game 1 and 2 were declared nolo contender from the start. The 110-92 wipeout in Game 1 was followed by a 116-102 blowout 3 days later. And as dominant a player as Larry Bird was, Bernard King was as invisible, thanks to Kevin McHale and Cedric Maxwell.
I'm not into that ego tripping about holding Bernard King down to 10 points. If he feels that he had a bad game tonight, hopefully he'll have a bad game on the next series we play. But our job is my job basically is just try to contain him and to follow him and to hunt him.
Every breath you take, every move you make, every bond you break, every step you take, I'll be watching.
King is in the glass, and McHale blocks the shot. King gets it back, and Parrish blocks the shot. And it goes out of bounds. So King had two cracks from about 2 feet away. First McHale and then Parrish.
John, they're doing a great job again on Bernard King. Here we are almost halfway through the second quarter, and he's only got 5 points in this ball game.
We get out early and try to contain him and do basically the same kind of job and not really play dirty at all, but just try to bump him and keep him from getting the easy shots, then I think we'll be very successful. We were very aware of Bernard all day, and we really tried to keep him in sights, and we did a good job on him. I think we did the best job on him so far in the playoffs.
Back over to Walker it goes. King and Maxwell start. King and Maxwell start to go into a melee, and King is mad.
Well, he's frustrated right now, and he's been frustrated for some time. Jake O'Donnell tells Hubie Brown, get back over to your bench. But King is just, what they're doing to King is they're muscling him, and they just called a technical foul on Hubie. They're going to call a technical foul on Hubie.
They're calling a personal foul on Maxwell and a technical foul on Hubie.
There's no question about it. The Celtics are playing Bernard King very physically. That's their name. That's what they planned on doing right from the beginning. They're playing him really tough. They're forcing him away from his area. And Bernard's getting frustrated. He's only got 9 points in this game.
Bernard never complains about the pumping. Bernard never complains, and he won't complain after the game. But I think that he did become exasperated at that point.
We play him as physical as the rules allow you to play. That's all. We don't play beyond the rules. No, I don't think we play him any more physical than we play anybody else. That's for sure. First of all, Max starts off on does a real good job. Then when he gets exhausted, I come in and I exhaust myself. Then he comes in and spells me. So it's just kind of keeping a fresh body on him at all times and trying to move and trying to not let them create a lot of passing angles for him. Because if they start creating passing angles, you're in big trouble. Because he's a great offensive player.
The shuttle flight south and the hostile crowds at Madison Square Garden brought out the best in New York. The Knicks went on a 15-4 run that closed out the third quarter. But it was Boston's ineptness at the charity stripe that really cost them this one.
All right, Buckner. And he misses the free throw. Now Buckner misses the other one. All right, McHale. And he misses. Kevin goes again. And misses that one. Bird goes to the line. And the shot is missed. And he misses that one. And DJ misses one. DJ's going again. And he misses that one. And the shot by Henderson is missed. They have missed 10 in the fourth quarter. Game 4 was a Broadway revival for the King of New York. Bernard simply exploded, hitting his first 9 shots from the field, in staking the Knicks to an 11-point halftime lead, as Celtic players and fans marveled at an awesome display of offensive basketball. And underneath it goes now quickly over to King. King fires and hits. And a jump pass goes quickly over to King. King fires and hits. Now it goes to King. King starts to go. King fires. King hits.
Boy, and they had him really covered along that baseline.
And the shot by King is good.
43 now.
He has had a superb night. The Knicks tied the series at 2 games apiece. For Boston, it was the pinch that interrupts a dream. Game 5 would be played in Boston, and this had now become a turf battle. Winning at home was a must. New York could have saved the shuttle fare. 6 Celtics scored in double figures, led by the 26-point, 9-rebound, 10-assist performance for the Birdman. Rebound goes to Parrish. Now quickly it goes from Buckner to McHale, and McHale lays it in. 36-20. And now Maxwell steals the ball from Walker. 3-on-1, McHale again. Henderson drives, gets it into Ainge in the corner. Ainge goes up with it. Switch! Goes into Parrish, double team. Parrish goes over the double team. Switch! Bird dipsy-doos, it's no good. He got the rebound and lays it up and in. And got fouled. Now gets it over to Bird. Bird is baseline. Swish.
The score wasn't as close as the 121-99 final indicated. Game 6 would be in New York. Game 6 would be played at Madison Square Garden. Game 6 would not end this series. Once again, New York looked to Bernard, and the King held court in a marvelous first half, giving the Knickerbockers an 8-point lead at intermission. The Celtics began chipping away. The tone for the last 2 minutes of this one was set when Bird got rammed into the support.
And Bird steals the pass. Bird is hustling down toward the other end, and boom, they really do it to him. Oh, they do it to him. Boy, I'll tell you.
He's thrown him out of the game. He is
Sparrow has been thrown out of the ball game because of a vicious foul. A really vicious, ugly foul. And Hubie Brown says, what for? That was disgusting.
That was really uncalled for. Williams back, Bird on the break. He had stolen the ball. Sparrow get into the other side, and he just decked Larry Bird and went flying into the support.
The Celtics would once again stage a patented comeback. It would fall short, for it was the basketball god who decreed a Game 7 at the Boston Garden. And it was that same god who put Larry Bird in a Celtic uniform.
I know they're going to be double me as much as possibly, but what you got to do is just keep your head and not try to do too much and just go out and play hard. And I feel that these are the type of games that I strive on, and hopefully today I'll just come out and have a good performance.
Quickly over to Bird. Bird goes over his man and head. DJ underneath the Bird. Bird lays it in. What a great fast break. Now quickly over to Bird. Back to Robert. He stops it. That was absolutely beautiful. Now Bird takes the three-pointer and hits it. Now Bird rotates, comes out, fires and hits.
Unbelievable.
Parrish back over to Bird. Slap pass to Henderson. Henderson fires and hits.
And Bird made it go. He kept that ball alive. It went out deep. He slapped it in the corner to Henderson. Another superb play by Bird.
Boston leading by 16. Henderson being harassed by Sparrow. Gets it back to Bird. Bird puts it up right away and hits.
39. And the cries of MVP here at the Garden as Bird goes to the line.
Larry's numbers, a playoff high 39 points, 12 rebounds, 10 assists. The 164th Garden sellout crowd has seen Bird dominate, but this performance was from another world. Bird and the Celtics just ran and hid from New York, 121 to 104. And even the staunchest Knick fan could not look at Bird without saying MVP.
It was on to the Eastern Conference Finals. Settling scores became the order of the day. The Milwaukee Bucks, the architects of the only Celtic playoff sweep, awaited. The New York series had been exhausting, both physically and emotionally. But the Celtics owed the Bucks. Make no mistake, this Celtic team was not feeling generous.
And the cross-court pass is stolen by Maxwell. On the cut now to Danny, and Danny scoops it in. Boy, he went in on a fly. The rebound by Parrish. Gets it down quickly over to DJ to Henderson. Henderson, a backward layup, and he's decked on the play. He's going to go to the line. The rebound goes to McHale quickly on the right side. Now it goes to Bird in the corner to ML. He drives and scoops it in. What a play by ML. He got two guys in the air and then scooped in under them. Quickly goes from Ainge to Bird. Bird shifts gears, goes along the baseline, wiggles, fires it up. It's gone. I don't know how he did that. There were two guys ahead of him in an absolute sandwich, and he laid it in anyway. Now, Lanier is trying to undress Robert. Robert, just completely fooled him. He hesitated for a moment. He lost Lanier and just laid it in.
Game 2 was a carbon copy. Bird and McHale dominated up front. Robert Parrish continued his ownership of Bob Lanier as the Bucs center struggled to just 14 points in the 2 games. And in the backcourt, DJ neutralized Sidney Moncrief, actually outscoring and out-rebounding the Bucs ace. Game 3 saw the scene change to the Mecca in Milwaukee, and home cooking was a welcome relief for the Bucs, at least for a half. Milwaukee held a 15-point lead midway in the third until illegal defense technicals and Larry Bird virtually destroyed the Bucs.
Bird goes into the lane, gets bumped by Mokeski, hits the shot anyhow.
Wow.
And boy, what a play by Bird. He went from left to right, got banged as he took the shot, and it went in.
This right here could be a 5-point play for Boston. The 2 technical fouls on the illegal defenses. Bird with a bucket, and now if he hits this, he'll tie it up and it'll be a 5-point play.
And he does tie it up, and it is a 5-point play in essence. 87-87 the score. Bird puts it on the floor, gets bumped by Moncrief, and no call. He got hammered by Moncrief.
He's saying something to Jake right now. Come on, Jake.
Buckner looking. And quickly goes into Bird. Bird threw and stuffed the ball. He went along the baseline on Pressey and then just went up, and it was a stuff in.
The Celtics took it 109-100 and now had a commanding 3-0 lead in the series. And the talk once again centered on sweep. It was not to be. The Bucs held off Boston fourth quarter rally to win their first game of the series, 122-113. So it was back to Boston and time to drive the final nail into the coffin.
So now the dream matchup awaited. For the 8th time in NBA history, the Lakers and the Celtics would battle for the World Championship. Boston and Los Angeles, 2 cities as culturally different as their basketball teams. Scrod versus Caviar, Pintos versus Porsches, the grungy Garden versus the fabulous Forum, the Cabots versus the Nicholsons.
The series opened in Boston under perfect Celtic conditions. Boston was resting and waiting. LA needed their only off day for travel. The Celtics were a perfect 9-0 at home in the playoffs, and the 168th consecutive Garden sellout anticipated blowout. They anticipated correctly. Unfortunately, it was L.A. style. The Lakers' onslaught tired in the second half, though. Kareem's skyhook found rim instead of net. A furious Celtic rush made the final score a respectable 115-109 loss. For Lakers coach Pat Riley, it was only one for the W column.
It means nothing more than we won the first game. And if you think anything more than that, then you lose 4 in a row.
For Casey Jones, it was a matter of now derailing that L.A. Express.
We are concerned about their fast break. They have the best I have seen in many a year. And we have to be able to slow that down a bit and get back and defend against it, because they move out once they get the ball.
The chant thundered throughout the Garden at the start of Game 2. The Celtics wanted to bury the Lakers early, and everything seemed in order for the first 12 minutes.
Bird gets his man up in the air, goes up off the glass, he's got it. Underneath it goes now to Worthy, and Bird harasses the play, and it's knocked down, and it's picked up by Buckner. Quickly on the right, it goes over to Ainge, foul line, right, left. It's 31-20, Boston is out front by 11. But that lead dwindled to just a field goal at the half. More importantly, the Laker fast break was once again revving up, while the Celts were inhaling exhaust fumes. And it was James Worthy's shooting that catapulted the Lakers into a 2-point lead with less than a minute left. When Kevin McHale's 2 free throws bounced off the rim with 18 seconds remaining, the lead could not look bigger. The Lakers called time, but curiously decided to inbound from the backcourt rather than midcourt. It was then that Gerald Henderson stole a page out of the Havlicek scrapbook. It goes quickly in now to Magic. Back over to Worthy.
When Magic got the ball on me, I immediately thought about moving it somewhere else. So, because they were coming to foul, and Byron was the next open man to me. Henderson was playing a gambling defense, and he was able to double back. I didn't see him at all. I should have read the court before I threw it.
We were in the full court pressure, and there was no question about we had to go to the steal, and just came up with it. We had to have it then, and we just had to make it happen. For a minute there, I could hear Johnny Moose going, Henderson steals the ball.
And it's picked off. The goes to Henderson. He lays it up and in. It's all tied up. A great play by Henderson. They threw a cross-court pass. And Henderson anticipated it and picked it off. All right, he's guarding the inbound pass, and it goes quickly over to Scott. Scott holds the ball now to Magic. Down to 9 seconds. Magic holding the ball. Magic trying to work on Maxwell. Magic has still got it down to 2 seconds. 1 second. He's going to have to shoot it. He doesn't get it off. He doesn't get it off. They get no shot at all. They had 13 seconds and they did not get a shot off.
Magic Johnson.
I was thinking two things, trying to let the clock run down some. And then when I seen Paris with Kareem, I didn't want to throw it in there because he was overplaying a little bit.
So it was on to the OT. And time for Scott Wedman to play the next Celtics hero.
All right, here's the countdown. Bird pops out. Bird fakes. Back over to Henderson. Henderson up fakes. Now quickly on the baseline. Wedman.
Yeah, I wanted to do it. I mean, that's what it's about. You're out there on the floor, and if the opportunity comes, you really can't turn it down, and you got to want to take it.
It's gone. And Boston leads. 122 to 121. Scotty Feldon.
Henderson's steal, Wedman's clutch jumper, and grand larceny by Robert Parrish provided this night's dramatics. And as Cedric Maxwell testified, the Celtics were alive and well.
Shoots a big needle in the arm here, babe. We right back on track now. Cannot complain at all. I mean, we're in a situation now where we're right back in it. Before, it's like we were the zombies, the living dead, really. And now we're back in a situation where we have pretty much deuced it.
The Celtics were on their way out west, now needing just a split to even up the series and regain the home court advantage. But Magic Johnson and the Laker fast break halted any Boston momentum. The only Celtic highlight, the executioner's final buzzer. L.A. 137, Boston 104. The reports of the Celtics' death had a positive effect. The bandwagon was now empty. The only ones who believed were 12 players and 3 coaches. Robert Parrish.
No need for us to abandon each other because of the media hand. So all we have right now is each other. So it's a very loose and relaxed atmosphere, and we have a lot of confidence.
But Game 4 looked again to be the James Worthy show. His quick inside move staked the Lakers to a 10-point halftime lead. The start of the third quarter saw a Celtic change in strategy. Dennis Johnson and Gerald Henderson switched defensive assignments. DJ would now guard Magic, and Boston began to battle back, literally putting a collar on the LA Express.
It goes now to Worthy. Worthy goes over to Rambis, and Rambis is decked, and he wants a charge. Oh, you don't dare touch him. You don't dare. He was really decked by McHale, and he didn't like it at all.
Kevin McHale with a clothesline job on Kurt Rambis, and he went flying, and now Bird and Cooper are swinging elbows. Worthy gets into the middle. He separates them. Pat Riley's in there. And this thing is getting wild.
The near melee infused the Celtics with a fighting spirit. The comeback had begun. The LA lead was 2 into the fourth period, and it was Larry Bird and Robert Parrish who would deny the Lakers. Parrish effectively neutralized Kareem while also hitting this game's biggest shot. Rebound by Robert is around the rim. It's no good. Robert again, and puts it in and got fouled. Robert ready. Dips, shoots, gets it. It's 113 to 111.
Kareem then committed his 6th foul, and that put Larry Bird on the line.
On the shot by Bird is up. It is around the rim and in. It's all tied up with 16 seconds, and the Lakers used up their last timeout. All right, Cooper trying to get the ball into play. And he gets it in play over to Rambis. Back over to Magic it goes. Magic has the ball on the right sideline. And there are 5 seconds left. Now, Robert steals the ball! Robert steals the ball! Oh, my goodness! What a play by Robert Parrish!
So tied at 113, Boston and LA would once again need an extra session to decide the outcome. That meant Bird time for Boston, and a Worthy show turned magical for L.A. James will have his moments, but this night was reserved for Larry. 21 boards, 9 on the offensive end, 29 points. None bigger than when the game was on the line.
Back in the Bird, the ball away is gone. Boston leads 125 to 123, and the Lakers call timeout with 16 seconds left.
And now to seal this victory, there was ML Card. proving once again that the Celtics were not to be denied.
And there's a steal. ML Carr steals the pass on the pass in. ML Carr steals the ball on the pass in. Oh my, this guy hardly plays. He does not play at all, but when he does, what a contribution. And the Boston Celtics have tied the series up. They laughed at him. The papers were full of derision and mockery, but they came back and they put it in everybody's face. So it was back to Boston, back to the parquet floor, and back to a sauna known as the Boston Garden. Triple-digit temperatures and nearly matching humidity are not the ideal conditions to contest the NBA championship. But when it was said and done, it was the Lakers who wilted. Now Worthy with the ball. The shot pops out. It was in and out. Parrish gets it to Ainge, now to DJ. DJ goes baseline left and hit. And Boston leads by 11. Ainge fires away. It's gone.
3-point.
3-point field goal for Danny Ainge. Bird takes the pop. It's gone. It is gone just before the buzzer. So at the end of 3, the score, Boston 88 and Los Angeles 77. Boston took Game 5, 121-103. But in Game 6, rookie Byron Scott exploded. The Lakers came from behind to even the series.
So once again, the confrontation of the Celtics and Lakers had gone the ultimate distance.
This is Johnny Most, high above courtside here at the Boston Garden where the Boston Celtics and the Los Angeles Lakers get ready for basketball battle. It is Game 7, deciding Game 7 of the World Series of Basketball, the NBA Championship.
Once again, the confrontation of the Celtics and Lakers had given basketball memorable moments.
On the right to Bird, backward bounce pass into Maxwell. He lays it up easily. He just took Rambis right to the hole. Quickly on the left, it goes from DJ into Bird, now to Maxwell. Maxwell lays it in. He had 3 people up in the air. Now into Maxwell. Maxwell is murdering Rambis, and Maxwell, he's just making Rambis look ridiculous out there, and Maxwell's going to go to the line.
And once again, the Boston Celtics would not be denied the World Championship.
Well, it's all over here at the Boston Garden. The Boston Celtics have won the World Championship for the 15th time. And it is bedlam, absolute bedlam down here on the floor of the Boston Garden. There are people standing on the baskets. There are people milling around. They are delirious with joy.
There's a party going on right here. A celebration to last throughout the years. So bring your good times and your laughter too. We're gonna celebrate your party with you.
Kevin McHale.
As a point in tonight's game, I said to myself, we got them. We got these guys. We're going to keep hitting them on the boards. We're going to keep going after them. And I said to myself, I looked at those guys and I said, we got them.
MVP, Larry Bird.
They should have swept us. We came back with a lot of desire and a lot of guts and played hard and won one out there and came back home and got the job done.
Quinn Buckner.
We struggled for a while. We took a lot of heat as a team. Some individuals, they said the backcourt couldn't handle it. Our backcourt came through. Our trees came through up front. KC came through. This is typical of this organization. Got the pride. Got that pride!
ML Carr.
People talked about this team not having heart, this team being quitters. This team never quit. We realized everything that went on in the past. We realized what we were about now. Guys got in the trenches and said, we will not be denied our championship, and we got it.
Let's celebrate. We're gonna have a good time tonight. Let's celebrate. It's alright. We're gonna have a good time tonight. Let's celebrate.